What's up, everybody? It is Joe and Joy with Chef Gone Carnivore, and here for our 6th month update. That's a long time.
It is, yeah.
I can distinctly remember when we talked about going on carnivore diet back in August.
Yeah.
We were like, maybe we should do this, and we were like, okay, no matter what, we're going to do 3 months of the diet, whether we lose weight or not, just to try it. And that just does not seem like that was 6 months ago.
I know. Yeah, it's gone by really fast.
Really fast.
Yeah.
But January was a good month for me. It was my second biggest month for weight loss besides month 1. I lost 13.4 pounds, which I was pretty happy about. My goal was 15, because if I want to get to 180 pounds lost this year, 15 pounds a month is kind of what I need to do. And January is a longer month, one of the 31 dayers, so I'll have a little bit of catching up to do, but I have some plans for February on how I'm going to do that, and I'll share that later on in the video. But I was happy with the 13.5 weight loss, and that brings my total weight loss for the 6 months of doing carnivore to 63.5 pounds, so it's really consistently about 10 pounds a month for me. So it's consistent, that's for sure.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. For me, I lost, I believe, about close to 1.5 pounds. It was a little bit slow, or a maintenance mode month for me. But I didn't check my measurements yet, so I still need to do that. But I was doing more 3 meals a day versus the 2 meals in the fasting eating window. Had a little bit of high stress with work, but other than that, I mean, I still see the not gaining weight as a great month.
So how much weight have you lost over the 6 months?
I think I'm over 30, like 32 pounds right now.
32 pounds. So together we're almost at 100 pounds.
Yeah.
So,
hey, that's awesome.
So yeah, we've lost almost 100 pounds in 6 months together, so that's really cool. It's a nice progress for our little family that we're doing.
Yeah.
So hopefully 6 months again. And if you think about it, if we just do that one more time, what we just did, that'll hit a year on it. And I think what we just did doesn't seem like it would be hard. You know what I mean? Where it's like, we have to do that one more time. It's just like, wow, that went by fast.
If I could be 60 pounds down a year, I'd be stoked. So.
Well, if you do the same thing, then that would put you down 60 pounds over the year.
Yeah.
So here's my thoughts 6 months into this diet. I've done lots of diets for a long time. I've really in high school is when I started my senior year of high school is when I started getting bigger. I couldn't do sports. I was used to doing sports all growing up, and with an injury I couldn't do any sports my senior year, but I kept the same eating habits. I started gaining weight. So really since high school and college, I've been losing weight and gaining weight and losing weight and gaining weight. So I've done a lot of diets. And as far as like the speed, the carnivore diet has not been the fastest weight loss, but I'm also over 40 and I've never dieted over 40. So I know that must be coming into play. Some of the other diets I've done, if I'm not like just absolutely on top of it, I don't lose weight at all. And then when I'm really on it, I lose weight fast. This one seems to be a little more consistent. And then also the big thing for me with this diet compared to other diets is, for me personally, it has been really easy to do. Like, there's no like keeping track of counting calories or counting macros or like, am I getting enough of this or enough of that? It's just eat meat and eat salt and water. And so on one hand, I thought that might get old quicker because it seems to be less options eating wise. I've been pretty surprised that I haven't been as like wanting other stuff as I thought I'd be 6 months into it. It doesn't mean I never crave other things, but it doesn't seem like it's that powerful of an urge as it has with other diets. And then it's just been pretty simple to stay on. Like I haven't like had to really motivate myself to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, okay, we're eating meat again today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where other times it's like, okay, another month, I can do this. Like I can do another week. It's 4 weeks. Like you're like constantly motivating yourself to keep on it.
Yeah.
Because it's not fun to do. And this one I haven't felt like I've had to do that at all.
Right, and even with like all the temptations of having to deal with like Jack's food and snacks and going to family events where there's awesome food like pizza and things like that. I mean, I haven't had too many issues. I feel like it's been super easy to stay on track and at least stay on the plan from a diet perspective. So like you said, I've had more success like with keto, and I mean I did keto for, how long did we do that for? A year?
Yeah, you were doing like an OMAD keto where you're eating one meal a day. It
Yeah.
was a lot of like salad, high fat salad and meat.
Yeah.
And you did that for, I don't know, 6 months maybe.
Yeah.
And lost quite a bit of weight.
Yeah. And so, like Joe said, I mean, this hasn't been my fastest or most significant weight loss that I've had in my weight loss journey. And we have very similar histories or stories where like mine started in college. And then I always say that I probably lost the same 35 pounds 50 times. But I think this time around, age, you know, the Hashimoto's, coming off of gestational diabetes and having to try to recover from that, those have all been factors this time around. So I'm still very pleased with the weight loss results, and I think that there's just some other elements that I have to dial in to help continue the success there. So, well, I got my blood work done, and for my thyroid, my TSH levels are not optimal. They're around 2.4, and the doctor wants them closer to 1. And then my A1C number was it was 6.2 back in April, and so I got it checked again just at the end of January, and it was 6.1. So it's gone down a little bit, but I'm still in that pre-diabetes range. And so there's things that I need to work on there from like an insulin resistance perspective. And unfortunately, my endocrinologist was just like, you need to lose more weight. You need to keep exercising. I think that's one of my things too, is being consistent with the exercise. Yeah, and trying to fit that into the schedule.
Yeah, and that's something I've started on January. I started end of December, but January is kind of the first month I started. I was doing weight training a couple times a week, just to try to get my strength up and have a little bit more muscle mass. I've enjoyed it a lot. I like lifting weights.
I think the other thing that I need to do is, a lot of times, especially I've noticed this month, like when I'm just running in from a meeting and need to grab some food really quick, I noticed that I will just like grab the protein and heat it up and eat it, versus making sure that I have protein and fat. And I think that was the months that I saw most success was when I was incorporating like a healthy fat like grass-fed butter. So I definitely think that helps me too, is having a higher fat, maybe a lower protein ratio each meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we're still going strong.
Yeah,
too.
me too.
Yeah, so far I feel like my energy's still good. Of course I'd like to see my numbers change, so I definitely want to do some more research, maybe look at if Dr. Ken Berry has any information or
on the blood sugar thing.
Yeah, on the A1C and on like hormone regulation and stuff like that.
So for my plan for February, because I really need to get to that 15 pounds a month to hit my goals, and I was just under that this month. I didn't incorporate any like true fasting this month, and I usually do. But my main goal was like to really focus on OMAD, which I think I did a really good job on. And then like doing the weight training 3 times a week. I think my sleep could definitely be improved. I've only been sleeping a couple hours a night, and I know that can slow down weight loss. So that's something I need to work on, but I'm going to work for February. I'm going to work on fasting for February. My body responds really well to fasting, and so I feel like if I can incorporate at least one 24-hour fast in a week, if I feel up to it, maybe a little bit more, that maybe that'll get me over that 15 pounds for the month goal that I need to hit. And if I can make up the 2 pounds I didn't do this month, even better. Yeah. But February's a short month, so we'll see. But hey, I'll try for it for sure.
Yeah. And I have a feeling that for me, this was a low month. The month prior, I had a good weight loss. So I think that probably February would be another good 5 pound weight loss for me at least. So.
Yeah, and part of that is my fault because I wasn't cooked. Like didn't have as much like nice cooked food this last month, and a lot of that was just being sick and stuff. Because when you're just when it's like, okay, I guess I'll eat hot dogs again today.
I was also I was also sprinkling that cheese on the eggs.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
But anyways, hopefully you all had a good January. I'd love to hear about it, especially if you're just starting out. I'd love to hear how it's going. We are by no means experts in this, but we've been doing it 6 months and have kind of figured out what works for each of us and what doesn't. And we've gotten a lot of advice from other people. So if you need some advice or looking for some encouragement, reach out, leave a comment. I try to answer every comment. But yeah, good luck in the journey, and till next time.
bye.
Bye.